Hey, folks.
Command.
Sorry we're late. Technical difficulties on this end. It's completely Dan's fault. I finally got the camera that we were expecting to use last week here, and it's following. It's doing what it's supposed to do, but it's not tracking voice, so it's only tracking Oz's gorgeous locks.
Following me, it's weird
Because it's Johnny 12 is
I don't
liking you. So
stop focusing on me.
Evening,
Technology.
Derek. Evening, Owen. Good to see you both. Everybody on Instagram. I'm watching you on Instagram as well. So, all right, here we are. We got 4 viewers watching us. Here we go. I don't know who else is in the comments, but it is what it is. Here we are.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? Welcome back.
If we want to show, do we want to show the Instagram or the
It looks really dramatic on Instagram.
It does. It's amazing. So
it looks nice, but it won't leave me alone. I guess this is pretty good training for an introverted person like myself. You got to get used to the attention. I don't like it.
It's kind of. I'm sorry. I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
It's neat how it's both neat and scary that this technology is at our fingertips.
Oh, what I'm really scared about is if I asked you, we didn't get anything out of the refrigerator before we started. If I asked you to go get something out of the refrigerator,
he'll probably start walking. He'll probably start walking along with me.
Follow you along. All right. Good evening. There's Spaceship Mommy. Hi, Spaceship Mommy.
Jess lives. What? Jess has time in her busy schedule to watch our show.
There you go. But yeah, I'm Mary. Hi, Mary. Good. You may have to leave. Again, apologies greatly for being late. I'm sorry. We have a lot going on here on the Monterey Peninsula and in the Salinas Valley, and it's my fault that we're late. So
well, if they would have won 4-0, I think it'd be more exciting to get here on time. But
I'm not blaming it on any of that. So, but here we are. Oz, where do you want to start, my friend?
Well, let's go live here on the podcast.
We got to go live on the Spotify. Hold on.
Yeah, let's do this.
All right,
3, 2.
Live. The drop-in is live, brought to you by
Rising Phoenix Tap Room. And I got the kegerator now, bro. Yeah. Rising Phoenix Tap Room, 320 Broadway. Hever and Company. Keep us in again. Now they got us a kegerator.
King City.
Now they got us a kegerator, so we are stepping up. But yeah, again, great spot down there in King City. It's a nice little place to stop either when you're going on a hike somewhere, you're going to Lake Nacimiento, Lake San Antonio. If you go to Holon or what is it? Parkside, Parker? No, Parker's your kid.
Parkview.
There's a park town over there. If you're going out there, stop by King City, 320 Broadway, Rising Phoenix Tap Room. Again,
tell them the drop-in sent you.
Yeah. Again, I'm still waiting for that as well. Yeah, take a picture, tag us. You get nothing for free. I just get little good feels inside. But yeah, it's a quick little stop off there. Nice, beautiful little place. Again, the weather is warm now. All of a sudden. It's just warm all the time. So go out there.
You cross that March-April boundary, all of a sudden, oh damn, it's hot.
And they keep saying, "Oh, the weather's gonna break, and we're actually gonna get a little bit of rain," and then it's like 85 degrees again, and it's like, what the heck is going on?
No complaints.
Exactly. It is really beautiful, and it is kind of neat that the season is now on because. That means you get to drive to Marina or Seaside where it's just always a little cooler. Salinas isn't like baking hot. It's not King City. Speaking of King City, it's not King City hot. But yeah, when it's 85 in Salinas, you can pretty much know it's going to be a little cooler right by the water. The cold water.
You just come over the hill and there you are. So here we are, Oz. Another Tuesday night after a Saturday match at Cardinale Stadium. Our guys are going to be on the road this coming weekend and the following weekend. Our next home match at Cardinale is April 25th in the Prinks Tire Company Cup against our good friends from up the street, Oakland Roots.
Oakland, yeah, we played them
So-
like 18 times this year, I think.
But it'll be nice because we'll all be together again right there in Cardinale Stadium. But yeah, they're going on the road. They'll be in Indianapolis this coming weekend, and I think they're in Colorado Springs the weekend after that. So
Yeah, and oh man, I was looking at the table, and that's what I was saying. Like, and Colorado Springs is obviously a good team, but I'm like, dude, we haven't played Colorado Springs yet. We haven't played Lexington. We haven't played Jacksonville. We haven't played. I don't know. Oh, we do play Brooklyn and No, we don't play. Brooklyn
We don't play
Brooklyn.
we don't play Brooklyn this year.
It's
We
nice
don't
to-
play the Riverhounds this year. And you just moved.
What did it focus? I saw it move. I saw the thing.
Oz, and the only way I
focused on
think
my
we're
hand.
the only way we're ever going to get both of us on camera at the same time on Instagram is if you sit in my lap. I think that's the only way it's going to
Donald
work.
Glover.
And I will ask you what you want for Christmas. That's all I can do. No, I was just confirming it is Indianapolis this weekend, and then Colorado Springs the next weekend at Widener Field. Oh, and while I was gone, the namesake for Widener Field passed away. The primary owner of Colorado Springs passed away.
Yeah, that and again, he seems obviously very connected to the community over there. That stadium.
Derek says swap the chairs for a love seat. We may have to go get the couch from upstairs in the mezzanine in Alvarado Street. And,
No, you know what we should really get, because I really want one. It's a bench called a tete-a-tete.
Okay, that
It's
I
basically
mean, isn't that like
head to head.
like part? You're right, head to head, par for the course. I mean, you just yeah.
So basically, like, you would take your chair and rotate it 180 degrees.
Like the
and-
one
and it's-
upstairs
but it's still a love
in the
seat.
Golden State Theater.
Oh, do they
We've
have-
sat in one.
I can't. I was like, I can't recall, but do they have that?
Yes, there's a tete-a-tete
Oh,
on the
those things are
mezzanine
so cool.
in the Golden State overlooking the lobby. So you
That-
can look at the merch counter while you're sitting there.
And make out with your partner.
Uh,
That's what it's for. The kissing is literally
So-
called French
so,
kissing.
so of course, first thing I think of
That's how
is,
I make out.
is a very old Saturday Night Live sketch, with the love toilet, with Kevin Nealon and Victoria Jackson, where their love is so strong they can't ever be apart. So it's a tete-a-tete, but it's two toilets. So,
Oh, that's so gross.
whoa, what happened?
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, there it's coming.
I covered. Oh, dude, you can peekaboo it. It's your eyes. It follows your eyes. You can hit it with the peekaboo. Yes, right. You just failed the Turing test. That's the fourth. That's the fourth
Well,
question.
You can see it's 8:03 now. So, okay, so we've talked about where Monterey Bay is going in the next 2 weeks, and they'll be back on the 25th. Mary said she may have seen a tete-a-tete on HGTV. There you go.
They're cool. They're very rare, but they're so cool.
Probably on Salvage Hunters or something, where they found one in the barn in Virginia or something like that. Okay, so let's talk about Saturday. Fifth game of the season ended in a 0-0 draw against the number one team in the Western Conference. So while we each gained a point, it wasn't enough to help us get off the bottom of the Western Conference. But again, we also didn't give up a goal, which is good, but we also didn't score a goal, which is bad.
It's basically the story of the season, other than the El Paso match, which is, again,
Oh no, Mary says it was the side-by-side toilet that she saw on
it's a
HGTV.
real thing. Gosh.
Creepy. Okay, go ahead. Say again. You started you started a comment, and I jinxed you.
Well, again, yeah, the whole failure to launch. No, failure to score. The defense is, it's again, even without Nico Gordon having played, the defense isn't giving up goals. Delgado is saving the shots that are coming at him, but they're getting absolutely zero help on the other side.
Right.
And I honestly, I don't think it's one of those, like, the best days are yet to come. I don't know when it's going to come together, but I feel there's going to be at some point it's going to come together. We still haven't seen Najee,
Yep.
he's still
Chris Kevin,
yeah,
Chris Kevin Najee. Yep.
and again, I feel like that's more of a visa thing. I honestly don't know, but it just seemed, I feel like it's something.
If anybody's needing a reminder, that's the young gentleman that we have on loan from Feyenoord of the Dutch Eredivisie.
And again, and I know their fans are going to say, "Oh man, he didn't work out for us. It wasn't." But this is a whole different league, a whole different place. He's in a whole new world. He can focus on the craft, and from what the sound of it, he's a big midfielder that can go.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's not. Man, whatever. This is Homer. We're homers anyway. But I'm like, I don't think it's as bad as the table looks. And we happen to start. Dude? El Paso, San Antonio. Who's third?
Tampa,
Was it Orange County?
But
But like, we've played, and then Oakland. Oakland's also there.
Right.
We've played all those teams already.
Right.
When we've made all these changes, we're trying to figure it out, and we're playing these teams that have history behind them and aren't doing these major changes.
So, but on top of all that, we haven't played anybody outside of our division yet, out of our conference. We played Oakland, we played Sacramento, Oakland, El Paso, Sacramento,
Las Vegas.
And then San Antonio. All of them Western Conference foes. We haven't played anybody from the East yet.
And all of them
and we're not going to play all of them. We're not going to play Riverhounds. We're not going to play Brooklyn. I'm trying to remember who else we don't get to play.
Because we do play Jacksonville.
We will play Jacksonville. We will also play Boise, who is getting a lot of good press right now. It's their first year in the league. But, or in USL 1. So commentators remarked that while Monterey Bay didn't score, they held off San Antonio, which is highly rated. Yes, but what also needs to be said is San Antonio dropped 6 of their starters.
Yeah, because they had a short week, right? They were playing U.S. Open Cup or Prinks. I think it was
U.S. Open Cup. Yep,
because they made the playoffs, so they got invited to the show.
Exactly.
No, well, and again, and if you look at the number again, I have my Delgado's here.
Yep,
he's 7th in the league in saves
with 13.
Yeah, and they're 15th in shots taken, which isn't the best, but it's right in the middle.
15 out of 25.
Yeah,
it's mid-table,
but they've only scored once.
And they're dead last in goals scored. We have only scored 1 goal all season.
We're the worst at that, and that's where it has to either. And I keep saying, and I've mentioned it. I don't know if I mentioned it last week, but I'm going to mention it again. I don't care. Elijah Paul has a lot of goals in him. Has a lot of
we
goals
saw that last season.
Yep. But again, he's coming off an injury, and yes, that was week 5. We're coming into the second month of the season here, but I still, and I hate to compare this, but it's the same damn sport. I look at, and it's a much different injury, much different circumstances, but a player like Rodri for City,
right?
Who, again, he had a very, very major injury, but he had access to the top level medical facilities and everything, and he's still not right. He's still not at 100%. It might be till next season. So again, it doesn't, and I'm not saying that the Elijah's out there limping or whatever, but it's just getting that strength back,
getting match fitness back.
Exactly.
He worked really hard in the off season. He then tweaked something during the preseason where he had to take a little bit of time to get built back up. We mentioned last weekend, or mentioned during last week's show, that we still haven't seen, arguably, we haven't seen Jordan's best 11. We haven't seen Nico Gordon in the back line. We haven't seen Adrian Rebelliar yet in midfield or on the wing or wherever they choose to play Adrian, because we know he can play pretty much any position on the pitch, save goalie, but maybe he could play keeper. I don't know. And we got a little bit of that in this last weekend's match because he came on in the 87th minute as a sub. Adrian?
Yeah, and 80 something. Yeah. At least.
So I mean, he made it on the bench, as did Nico Gordon. So both of them are fitter than they were the first 4 games of the season. So we should be expecting to hopefully see more of both of them in the next couple of games because they are working back to full fitness. But again, like you said, coming back from long-term injuries like Adrian's, like Nico Gordon's, it's going to take them a little bit to build up match fitness. You can be healthy, you can get ready to play, but there's going to be rust.
Yeah. Bless you.
Pardon me. As also a matter of touch, even when he's back to 100% physically, doesn't mean his touch is in top form. Exactly right, Derek. It's going to take time to build that touch. And of course, Adrian, number 7, nonstop. He's going to be all over the pitch as soon as he's able to start. He's going to build up match fitness very quickly. The question is whether or not his touch is as immediately to come back. Same thing with Nico Gordon. Nico Gordon was an ever-present last season.
Yeah.
And he has now missed the first 5 games of this season. So we'll see. And that's not because Egu and Farnsworth aren't doing a good job.
Yeah, they're
really good.
I really like Egu. I really liked it.
I think we were missing a little bit of Stu Ritchie last night. I thought at left back he was listed as one of the unavailables, as was Riley. Okay, I'm still learning all the names.
Yeah, Bedouin.
So I mean, I met his wife. She's or girlfriend. He's very lovely. On visiting from New Zealand. No, I think that's going to be great. Unfortunately, he was missing, and I have yet to see what the best 11 is yet because we keep chop changing.
Yeah, and again, and it's not because it seems like Jordan doesn't have a game plan. He just doesn't have the players available yet. Like they're signed, they're on the roster. They're just either stuck up in legal stuff, or I don't know how to visa stuff,
right? Paperwork,
or injuries, right? And he, what can he do with that? He just has whatever players are available, that week, and like I said, and also you look at you can't discount the fact that our schedule started again. I think Las Vegas is the lowest and again, and we were, it was just a fluke. I still think, like we had a better game than what the scoreboard showed in Las Vegas.
Right.
But we started just a combination of starting with injuries and such a strong season. I'm not saying that, in 6 weeks when everybody's healthy and available that we're just going to be running through the league and everything. Right. But this isn't the real team yet. It's not the reality.
Well, we were still adding players immediately after the start of the season. So, I mean, we're still gelling,
Yeah.
I think our preseason was okay. We didn't see a lot of it. We got to see the Oakland game just before I left. That was that friendly, but there were a couple of games behind closed doors that we didn't get to see. I'm just going to put it out there. Galazzo as a network frustrates me.
People seem to be confused.
Well, look, the thing that aggravated me was it was on Galazzo, but there's not a replay. When it's on Galazzo, it's live and that's it. So you can go find USL on YouTube and you get to see highlights, but you don't get to see the whole game, you know. And for guys like us, you're waving the flag, you're sitting there watching the flag most of the game.
Yeah.
I'm wandering the stadium and beating my drum like a lunatic. I didn't get to see a lot of the match.
How
and that
about-
frustrates me because I wanted to go home and watch it again to see what I will say. The thing that I did see was in the 88th minute, 89th minute, when Elijah Paul just got the San Antonio defender went right over his shoulder and knocked him to the ground. I was just like, in any other league, that would have been more than a yellow card. But
I was so diplomatic to the refs when we saw them after the match.
oh yeah,
Great call. I know your job's tough, but you guys did a good job. Even though I didn't believe it.
The officiating crew came to the brass tap after the match and sat down and enjoyed a meal out on the patio. We behaved ourselves and stayed in our corner.
I showed up again. Uli and our other friend Angela ended up hanging out at the match with me, and then we went after the brass tap, and they were just blown away. As soon as we walk in, like obviously they recognize me, so they're like, "We have you set up in the back corner," and they're like, "What? Who the hell?" And it's like, "Yeah, this is our place. Like they know us here. They take care of us. They're nice, and that's also what I like is that they're changing it up, to be more efficient. More
Angel Gonzalez says, watching at home, and let me tell you, there wasn't much to miss the way we play. I think we're still finding our best 11. Again, Stu Ritchie started all 4 games so far this season. He was injured. Riley came in game 2 was when we signed him, and he immediately showed a presence. I think it was the combination play. Riley came on as a substitute and fed Wesley Leggett that got the 1 goal that we've scored so far this season. We haven't been able to capitalize on any of the PKs that we've been awarded. We've either put them wide, we've put them off the crossbar, we've put them over the crossbar, but we haven't put them on frame. We haven't put them in the net, which has been something else. Salinas Sporting FC wants to know, who do you guys believe
well, it starts with
our best 11?
Erling Haaland up top.
I think so far what we've seen Jordan play is a 4-2-3-1. I think pretty much that's what we've seen him play. I would like to think, I'd like to see a little bit more moving around and screwing up Instagram. I think a little bit more flexibility. I think if Elijah's going to play as the 9, we have to have someone a lot more mobile in the 10. I think that's where Leggett was playing this last weekend, or was he playing wide left? Because Joel Garcia was playing as a makeshift left back because Stu Ritchie wasn't available. So if we were to start from, to answer Salinas Sporting FC's question, if our starting 11, our best 11, I think if we're going to stick with a 4-2-3-1, I think it's going to be Delgado in the net, only because we haven't seen Kieran play yet, so I can't judge there. So the only keeper we've seen is Fernando. So you got Delgado in goal, Stu Ritchie out on the left. We've seen Kelsey Egu and Zach Farnsworth in center defense, and we've seen Milosevic, or we've seen Joel Garcia play right back.
Yeah,
I think Milosevic gives us size and a little bit of rigidity. Joel Garcia gives us a little bit of speed and some
orneriness.
Yes, you could say he's a bit
in people's heads.
So I think if Nico Gordon is going to come back as the captain, if he's going to come back, the question is whether or not Farnsworth or Egu makes way. Yeah. We know that Nico is a right-footed center back. He's a right center back, and Kelsey is Egu is a left center back. So I would think that Kelsey and Nico Gordon are probably going to be the ones who are in the middle. So there you go. You got Delgado in goal. You got Stu Ritchie out on the left. You've got Milesevic on the right. You've got Egu and Gordon in the back line. Nick Ross was brought in to be that calm midfield general to shore up in the number 6. I think Belmar Joseph has also played well in that regard.
Yeah, what I've seen.
We've got Adrian's coming back. I think Leggett goes out wide left because that's where his natural position is. I think you play Adrian wide right.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the hole, in the number 10 spot, I haven't seen enough of Riley play, but I've seen a lot of Wesley Leggett. I don't think Wesley Leggett's best position is wide right. I think he could be arguably he could be the 10, or he could be the mobile up front.
Yeah.
And Elijah Paul could play behind him as a withdrawn striker, as a false 9, and he can play with his back to goal. So he can his hold up play is a lot better. So he can get the ball passed to him from a Leggett, from a Rebelliar, from one of the central midfielders, either Ross or Belmar. Passing the ball, he can hold it up and then dish it to Wesley, or Riley. I mean, we've got options that could come off the bench. So Selena Soccer, if you're asking me who I think our best 11 is from what I've seen, I mean, again, you can't discount what Elijah Paul brings to our starting 11, given his abilities last year. He was our top scorer with 6 goals last year. And I realize, we came in 12th. We were the wooden spoon holders for the league. We were the worst team in the league, but he did score 6 goals in those opening weeks. So I think you give Elijah the chance to play up front, but I think you got to give him someone with a little bit more mobility, a little bit more speed. So you put a Wesley Leggett up front, you put a Riley Bedoy up front, or Bidois up front, and you move Elijah to the withdrawn striker role. Yeah. You put Leggett out on the left, you put Rebelliar on the right. The central midfield, you got to put Nick Ross there for his calming ability and his experience. Yep. And then you name it. You name his partner. It could be Yuga Nakamura, who I thought played pretty well the other night. Well. It could be Belmar Joseph, who came on for Nick Ross. You could bring Lamtadze. Is it Georgie? You could put Georgie in the middle there. And I'm not trying to sell Joel Garcia short. I'm not trying to sell any of the other guys that will come off. You got to have bench players. Guys who you could hold that in reserve either for injuries or to shake things up. If we were to play with a 4-4-2, I could see Rebelliar out wide right. You and I also know Adrian has played the 10 before, and he's sprightly and moves. I mean, he covers every blade of grass. So is he hi, hello. I don't know. The camera's on me now. So hello. I don't know what I did, but there you go.
I think you were talking enough.
Okay.
Well, maybe it goes by time.
I don't know. I own the mic, therefore. So I mean, I'm interested. I'm interested to see what kind of flexibility Jordan wants to put into his side. Back to you again. Could we play with 3 at the back? Arguably, could we play with Farnsworth, Egu, and Nico Gordon in the back, and then play with wing backs? I don't know. Is Stu Ritchie a wing back? Because I think he played left wing back for One Knoxville. I don't think he was an orthodox left back. I think he was a wing back. I think they played with 3 in the back. So I mean, that we've got flexibility. We've got the players to put into different positions. The question is, what is our best formation, and can we put our players in that formation once everybody's fit?
Yeah, and again, I still believe, the best time definitely. There is going to be a time that comes in. It starts.
There's Wes. Wes Leggett is watching on Instagram. Hey Wes,
he's like, I got all the goals for you. Don't worry. Baby.
You could put Wes up front, and put Elijah behind him, the hold up play from Elijah works, and the speed and mobility that West brings. I mean, those two working together, I could see something happen. So Owen had to go to dinner, but he's back. So, and then Monster Verde is on Instagram, AHGM or Monster Verde MV.
I just got an ultimate cheeseburger from Jack in the Box, and the thing was like the size of a regular. That used to be like a hefty burger that if you ate it, you're going to be really full. But now it's like,
well,
remember when they used to have gotten huge?
Remember when they used to sell something called the $6 burger? I don't think any burger in any fast food joint is a $6 burger anymore. It's always like a $9 burger now.
That is funny that was like, oh, this is the big deal that we're selling. I'm like, yeah, dude, everything is $14 now for. but anyway, this Saturday, like I was saying, we have come up all this adversity, whatever, at the beginning of the season.
Yep.
But here we're coming up against Indy 11. We're going to an Eastern Conference opponent away from home. Indy's 1-1-2, 8th place in the Eastern Conference. This is what I find. This is super curious to me. Monterey Bay FC and Indy 11 are the two lowest possession teams in the league.
But possession has never really been our thing. Our thing has always been counterattacking.
Exactly. So, and I'm assuming that's probably because Indy, 8th place, they're not terrible. But I'm curious. So, obviously, both teams can't have 30% possession.
That would be 30.
That's
that would be 30% where nobody has the ball, and that would be
impossibility.
30% to the ref, 30% to the ball kids.
So, so that's where I'm like, who. I hope that Monterey Bay FC is like, all right, so we'll be the 65% possession team this week.
Hold on to the ball.
Yeah. Yep. We've needed to put pressure. We've needed to get our offense going. We're away from home. We don't, you don't have to think about the home fans and showing up for them or whatever. You could just focus on the match. And again, and Indy has given up some goals. And so so that's where I'm super. How did you get its attention the first time?
I don't know.
It was when you were talking.
I rubbed my mustache, I think, or something. Tweak my mustache. Do I have to have a handlebar and have to twist the end and then it follows me? I don't know. Goofy stuff.
But yeah, Indy 11 this Saturday. I don't know.
And I think they drew 2-2. Is that right? Did Indy draw this weekend? No, that was Loudon who drew this weekend. Sorry. James Murphy scored a goal this weekend. Go on, James.
Yeah, he was in the top.
And he's in the game of the team of the week. On the bench for the team of the week, Hartford Green Monster knows, is Anthony Siaha.
You know who leads the league in saves?
Siaha.
Damn,
I know it.
That guy's pretty good. That guy's a pretty good keeper.
And I think the guy who's immediately behind him or close behind is the guy that was in our goal last season, Nico Campuzano, who had save of the week, and he is tied with our current keeper, Fernando Delgado. Both Nico and Fernando at 13 saves. There you go.
For the season. And again, that's where because if you just look at wins or losses, you know, Delgado, there might be a question mark there, but it's like, again, other than that, the El Paso aberration, he's just been, we still keep hitting with, who is this? Give that person a raise. Who has signed all the keepers? Somebody there is like a keeper whisperer at MBFC.
That's Johnny.
Give him a
Johnny,
raise.
the goalkeeping coach.
Give him a raise because we've
developed goalkeepers, and then they go away and they still continue to get better.
Yeah.
So
there's
Ellie. Hi, Ellie.
And it's so anyway, and then you see Eric Dick. There's I wish I could make a joke for that name, but there's nothing there. Like it's just such a solid name. But Eric Dick, Indy 11's goalkeeper, is third. So again, the guy's pretty solid.
And he won the USL Cup last year with the Riverhounds, which was the fact that he won wasn't a surprise. The fact that a USL Cup winning team, a championship team, would let their starting goalkeeper walk.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
So yeah,
Hartford Green Monster wants to remind us that Anthony Siaha is 4 saves away from 300 in his career. 300 career saves. So 296 for our good friend Ant. After the World Cup, we should retire Ochoa here in Monterey.
Let's do it.
Emi Ochoa.
Let's do it.
You mean re-sign? Because Emi Ochoa, what, age 23?
No, I think he's talking about Memo.
Oh, Memo. We should retire Memo Ochoa.
Yeah, because he's what, 36 now?
Oh, the starting keeper for Mexico. Got it. Okay, sorry.
With the locks. That's another dude that it seems like he's been playing for like 40 years on the team.
Well, I think he started when he was like 18.
Yeah, the longevity there. But oh man, that would be awesome. That would be.
Also, Herrera has been very good. Exactly. Herrera is in Detroit City has been very good. Hey, Jess also joined on Instagram. Good to see you.
That was our battery at one point. We had Siaha and Carlos Herrera, and then again, and that was replaced by Nico Campuzano.
Yep.
And who was excellent. And well, actually, this is bringing me the Indy 11. The last time we played Indy 11 was when Nico got hurt.
Right.
So that's a little beef I have there with Indy 11. They didn't do it on purpose. There was no dirtiness going on, but our season, our trajectory changed after Nico went down at that time. But again, I'm curious to see. I don't feel like, oh man, how much are we going to lose by? I could feel either a draw or sneaking out a win.
I think we've got a win on our belt that's coming. I truly felt on Saturday when we gathered at Brass Tap before the match, I was sitting there going, San Antonio isn't going to be allowed to just run away with this and just sit at number one all season. Someone's going to have to deal them a blow. And I was like, why couldn't it be us? We're underdogs at this point. We're sitting in last place in the West. Why not go from, why not worst to first, give them a battering or give them a what for. Again, they rested six starters, but 6 starters who played earlier in the week. So, they were rotating players. They decided to rotate them out against us. They didn't score any goals. We didn't score any goals. We shared the spoils of the day. So each of us got a point, that just strengthened San Antonio's position at the top of the leaderboard. It didn't help us get off the bottom. But again, 1 point is always better than no points. We want 3, but we'll take as many of those ones as we can stack up.
Yeah, I think most people were expecting of how much is San Antonio going to win by.
Oh, yeah. People were expecting a blowout, and it didn't happen.
And again, and we still haven't beat San Antonio, but I was just like, no, if you look, and we do look at numbers as well, but we are also there and we see it. And that's sometimes some of these pundits, and they do really good. John Morrissey, damn, he's good a lot. He's right a lot of the time. The guy he really knows the league, but at the same time, he only has so much bandwidth. He can't focus, on 90 minutes for every single team. So like we see the stats plus, so we see the potential. We see those goals that just barely, and it's just like all this can come together, and this team is much better than last place in the Western Conference right now.
I think we're just finding our place again, finding the best 11, finding the right rhythm. Leggett, for all the fanfare and everything for him to come in, he's got a lot of experience. Nick Ross has a lot of experience. Adrian Rebelliar is the most experienced guy in USL on our roster. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Nick Ross has played a lot.
That's
you know,
kind of close.
but I'm saying here is in terms of playing for this team, Adrian's the only year one guy left on the roster.
Yeah.
So he knows our community. He knows every blade of grass on that pitch at Cardinale, because he's been at every one. We've got the tools in our arsenal. We just need to figure out which combination is the one that's going to get us, you know, the right combination that's going to give us goals.
Yeah, somebody's got to be the hero. We need someone to be the.
Come on, Wes. Come on, Elijah. Let's go.
Right. Yeah,
and Elijah was man of the match. I thought, you know, for again coming back from an injury like he had last season, you know, playing all 90 minutes and standing up and again getting mugged in the 89th minute and the referee, you know, brandishing an 11 a yellow, but it just not the. I'm sorry, I thought it was worse than that.
There was a play also in Las Vegas where the ball was kind of bouncing in the box there, and Elijah had the chance to, and I'm just like,
just drop.
6 weeks from now, he would be all over that.
There you go.
That would be in the back of the net. It's just that little, you know, punch. You know, it's just not.
Angel
quite
says.
there.
Angel says he insists it's not the players. You think it's the setup, Angel? You think it's the formation? You think the
Jordan's really good at defense, but his teams haven't scored very much, and yeah, that's where I'm. Yeah, because these players seem to be, especially this generation of players. I think
we've got one of the youngest teams in the league.
Well, and also again having Oliver on the front office, I think we were able to get a quality of player that after the results and the budget really that this team has, we probably wouldn't have gone without his name backing it up. But he's not the one that sets him up on Saturdays. And at some point, what do you say? You know, like we've added to the front office, we've revamped the roster. What else is left that hasn't been changed and things aren't working? And also, to be quite honest, like that's Kevin Voorhees' thing that, you know, coming from the NFL world, he's just like, soccer managers they get no leeway, you know, especially again, if you're looking at like a Premier League type thing, and it's a different, you know, it's a different business where you have to win today.
Well, Kevin's defense, his experiences with Jurgen Klopp and Arne Slot. You know, those are the two managers he knows since he started following the sport. He, unfortunately, his poor suffering wife, you know, Jen, is a Spurs fan. How many Spurs are on their fourth manager of the season?
Yeah, that's
with 7 weeks to go or 7 games to go. I mean, you know, Derek says seems they need to spend a little more time training, staying over the ball, cut down on the number of shots going over the bar. Yeah, well,
the shots on. Well, and that's another thing from Saturday that I thought was positive is they won the shots on goal battle. They had 9 shots, 3 on goal,
right?
And San Antonio had none.
So we kept them quiet.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, or was it the opposite?
I'm on frame again. Hi, Johnny 12.
You know.
So, yep. Oh, Jen says only 3 managers. Oh, okay, fair enough. Thanks, Jen. You think De Zerbi's going to make it to the end of the season? I mean, Tudor only lasted 7 games. So yeah, I just
like a struggling Walmart. They just switch managers.
But Kevin's right. There's no leeway. I mean, you get enough bad results, you gotta go. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah, and also it would seem not that you have to stick with Jordan for the rest of the season, but kind of again, just literally with the Spurs thing, like to try to make a managerial change 5 weeks in
Right.
after we've made it.
That's harsh.
You're gonna have to scrap the season basically at that point.
I'm watching a great show on Netflix called Running Point, which is Kate Hudson. She's the fourth child of fourth. She has 3 older siblings, or she has 3 male siblings, and their dad was the owner of a Los Angeles pro basketball team. Well, dad's gone, and then her older brother, who's the president of the team, is injured due to let's just say illicit substances while he's driving, and then he names her the new president of the and the team's not doing well, and he says the brother says, just like our dad says, we don't do rebuilds. We've just got to figure it out and stick with it. So, I think that's where we go.
Yeah, and again, there are still pieces that are signed and out there.
Yeah, Chris Kevin. Where's Chris Kevin?
Yeah, where's Chris?
When Chris Kevin gets here, let's see what he can do.
Yeah, again,
I was really upset that Yusu, I don't see him on the roster anymore. The 17-year-old from Senegal. I think whatever happened, bringing him in, it didn't. 17 years old from overseas, it may not have. We may not have all the right paperwork, or we didn't have the paperwork that we needed in order to get him a visa or whatever. I don't know what the issue there was, but we were really excited when we signed him, and then unfortunately.
How about this? Try to help me make sense of this.
Go ahead.
Who the hell is Nathan Lobo?
I don't know.
According to FBref.com, we have a midfielder by the name of Nathan Lobo from New Zealand.
Well, that's got to be Riley. Then.
Nope, because he's right there. Riley Badua is down there.
We have another Kiwi on the team.
He has a stat. He has a shot. He's got stats, and we don't.
That's a screw up. That's a screw up.
Several rosters.
Well, I know the roster. I just don't.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm like, who's this Lobo guy? I like his name, Nathan
And then you
Lobo.
go click on him, and nothing happens.
No.
Oh, you have to Cloudflare it. Okay.
Yeah, this.
Who is Nathan Lobo?
Yeah, and it shows him, being a Kiwi, but it and look, and it has
a shot by Johnny. Hey, Johnny.
And he's born in Japan. Look at that,
Nathan Lobo, a Kiwi from Japan.
And the player, he's played in 4 matches and has 278 minutes, apparently, according to FBref.
FBref, where is our player?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is he a ghost?
You can Google him. He's a real guy, because he is on Transfer Market, but they have him playing at Auckland FC. Look at that guy. I don't recognize that guy.
That guy ain't on our roster. I'm sorry. But
FBref,
have we discovered something that we don't know yet? That hasn't been been announced yet? Does FBref know something we don't?
Right? I mean, I don't think so, because
that's football
reference.
Football reference. FBref. If you go to FBref and look up Monterey Bay USL Championship 2026 season, we supposedly have a left back named Nathan Lobo, who is from New Zealand,
but born in Japan.
And he has 278 minutes, and he's played 4 games so far.
What is that?
I don't know.
There's some algorithm just went in, some data.
I'm going to ask Asana when I get home where Hiratsuka is.
Hiratsuka is a city.
Hiratsuka.
Kanagawa Prefecture.
Okay.
256,000.
That's a big city. That's a decent sized city.
$1,000 flight from Monterey, 13 hours.
Here you go.
If you want to go figure out who Nathan Lobo is.
Angel Espinola says we'll see him on full moon.
Yeah. What a cool name, right?
I know. Nathan Lobo.
Nathan Lobo, the Japanese Kiwi that apparently plays for midfield for us.
We're gonna find out. We'll see.
He's got stats. Like the dude's got stats.
Interesting. All right. So we got 10 minutes left. Oz, what else do you got?
Oh, wait, let me go back to my notes. All right. Oh, yeah, this was a pretty cool thing when I went on the team website earlier.
You know, we have a under 20 team.
Yeah, we got U20s, and they need places to live.
We're signing young people, young players from all over the country,
Utes,
all over the globe, and some of them, obviously aren't local. So we're getting guys in, and they need places to stay. So Monterey Bay is looking for host families. If you have questions or want to fill out an application,
billet families to all our Canadian listeners.
Billet, you get yes. So you would be hosting
that new hockey show.
You would be hosting a player in your house. They would be living in I would hope in a bed, in a room, in your house.
Those are requirements. Those are literally requirements.
So they have to have a room. They, you can't convert a closet or a garage and say, here's your room. Personal space. What I'm trying to remember, isn't it like, at least 8 feet by 8 feet or something like that, or 6 feet by 6 feet?
Yeah, there's some
personal space.
Yeah, and again, it's super simple. If you go to the website, go to MontereyBayFC.com, and you go to the news section there, it shows you.
Michael says, did you say utes? What's a ute?
Yeah.
Flashbacks of my cousin Vinny.
What? Utes. Two youths. When he tries to buy the suit and the store was closed because it was sick. And he's like, could you imagine that? The whole store was sick. So good. Marissa Tomei was so good in that. Yes. Everybody was so good. Everybody.
The film was Mr. Trotter. Mr. Trotter.
the what? The way that guy judged
this car had pause attraction.
The utes.
I love that. Did you say utes?
Yeah. He's so good. Yeah.
The whole movie was great, and she absolutely deserved her Academy Award that year.
Oh yeah,
because I mean, just the last scene in the courtroom was fantastic.
You picture you're a little deer drinking from a brook, and then bam! Are you gonna wonder what kind of pants he was wearing?
Again, you could either go to YouTube and start looking for scenes from My cousin Vinny, or just go on your favorite streaming service and go find My Cousin Vinny and watch it again, because
it's so good. And again, apparently the legal
a
part
younger Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
Not Cobra Kai Ralph Macchio, because that movie, the movie came out in 92, so that movie is 34 years old. Don't remind me.
And if you want an Oscar, have Ralph Macchio in there.
James says, don't forget the train running past the hotel. 100%. All right. So if you are interested in applying to be a host family for one of the Monterey Bay U20 players, head on over to MontereyBayFC.com and go to the front page. I think it's right there on the front page.
On the front page.
And then and fill out an application.
And again, it has all the requirements there. It has and the application.
Something tells me a stipend is involved or something to help you with that hosting capability.
I like how they put three nutritious meals a day and snacks.
Orange slices, apple slices with peanut butter. Oh, bumps on a log. Bugs on a log? Is it bugs on a log?
Was that like celery
with peanut butter and raisins? Yeah.
That must be, and I'm sure the team takes into account, but like there must be some like culture, and I know it feels like there are questions of that, because like again, what if I'm like halal or something kosher? Oh my god, I was forgetting the other one.
Yeah,
or or what if I'm used to eating, all of a sudden you get put with a family and they're giving you beans and rice every night, right, and they're like, this is nutritious as hell, but you're like, I don't eat that.
Thanks, Rick. Well, I don't dig on swine. Another reference to another great film.
But anyway, you could, all that is in the application. And I'm sure they have it all figured out. Those are so simple things.
Yep.
But yeah, if you have an extra room, if you have extra space, if you have the ability to host some of these young players coming through, and again, who knows? You might host the next. Well, I guess Messi's a bit of a.
You could
Of a
be
higher
hosting
age.
the next
Lejette.
Sebastian
We'll say
Lejette.
Lejette. We'll
You
get,
bet.
yeah. Becky
You know,
G's boyfriend.
The next Adrian Rebelliard. You could. Who knows?
It's still that's the funniest thing, because obviously here in Old Town people know, oh, this is the soccer guy, and it's still so funny to me how one side of the world is like, I hear Becky G's boyfriend is playing for our team,
right.
and the other half is like, Sebastian Lejette's girlfriend is super famous. Like the worlds they're combining now, but they had it previously, and it's so funny. And it's couples.
Lejette has what, 387,000 followers on Instagram. Becky G has 36.5 million.
She's really, really
and apparently had dinner at La Tortuga in Seaside.
And that's
Angel says the next Diego Luna. Absolutely.
And that's how we still live in a really small area, when people are like, it's news, 11 o'clock news that a celebrity ate at a certain place. We should be better than that. The Peninsula is a celebrity hangout.
As long as
we should be cool.
As long as we pronounce it correctly. The very first time I heard KSBW talk about our new signing, it was Letget. It's like, Lejette, dude, did you never watch him play for the men's national team? I did.
Do you know what the SBW in KSBW stands for?
Go for it.
Salad Bowl of the World.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's why it's KSBW.
So what is KION? Oh, because it's a CBS eye on. Okay.
Oh yeah,
yeah, got it.
There you go.
Okay, what's KCBA? The Fox station.
It's Fox. They're the punk rock people. They don't follow rules.
CBGBs.
They had The Simpsons. They had Married with Children.
Love and Marriage.
Yeah.
Salad Bowl of the World. Michael got it. There you go. Or the next Nick Voltamata. That's right, Rick. Thank you very much. You never know. We could have a 6'6" giant with the feet of a 10, like Lionel Messi.
Well, if rumors are correct and Pep leaves in the summer, Pep's available. If we're looking for new managers, Pep's going to look for.
The other exciting news we've been talking about the last couple of episodes, obviously, is the formation of a women's team, which now has a name.
The ladies.
Hey,
well, that's not the name. That'd be pretty cool. I would be okay with that.
Hey Ladies by the Beastie Boys. No, the Sirens.
Sirens.
Nice.
Yes, the Sirens.
Heed the Sirens call.
I like the Sirens. Sirens are gangsta. They kill sailors. That's cool. Well, it's not cool. I'm not saying violence for the sake of violence is cool, but they're tough. Why would they do that?
So tangent incoming. Brett Fraser says Married with Children is now a show on Disney Plus.
Is it really?
Well, Disney owns ABC and some Fox program.
That show's problematic.
No, I watched a thing on YouTube earlier today. As a matter of fact, it was, did Prince Eric in the Little Mermaid, did Prince Eric ever really have a choice? Because he was pre-programmed earlier, before he and Ariel ever met, by Ursula, the sea witch, using her voice, and put a spell on him that said that as a siren's curse, that a mermaid would activate his programming, and that's why Ursula needed Ariel's voice.
Okay.
Because by singing to Eric to save him, when she took him from the wreck, she activated Eric's programming so that he would become infatuated with her, but he only knew the voice. And that's why Ursula needed the voice. And that the shipwreck that shipwrecked Eric and forced Ariel to jump in and help him wasn't it wasn't an accident. Ursula actually created it because she created the storm.
So, and is that the book or is that a fan theory?
That's a fan theory
because like the book is hard
of the film. No, dude, the is it a Hans Christian Andersen story? That is not a little kid's fairy tale story. No, and Ariel doesn't get to marry Prince Eric.
The Jamaican crab was hella cool.
Sebastian the crab.
He was like under the sea.
Under the sea. You got to kiss the girl. So, all right. So I'm looking over at Instagram. Yeah. Rick says he loves the logo and the name of the Sirens.
I love it.
Jimmy has joined. Hey, Jimmy. I know Jimmy over in Newcastle. Invader has joined. Hey, Dan, got time to see you, watch you at the moment. Good to see you. Always good to see you, Jimmy. Thanks. Bernie from our good friend Bernie, the Gooner, is on. Hey, Bernie, good to see you. Yeah, KION. Sadly, no more KION since KION, the station is gone.
Yeah.
So anyway, and Stephen Mancha's on. Hey, Stephen. All right. So back to the Sirens again. We keep signing players there. Really exciting. Today, they signed a player from Oral Roberts University from Oklahoma as a forward. Name is escaping me right now, but I mean, that's so many of them. Yeah, we're losing Dan to the YouTube rabbit holes. Yes, it's the tangent. I have been rescued. I'm back. But yeah, season tickets are not on sale. What?
Yeah, season tickets available, dude. This is $42.
$42 for the season, guys.
$42 for season tickets. It's 4 matches, but I mean that's $10.
Right.
$10.
10 and a half. $10.50.
Right. Yeah. 10. Yeah. And again, like you're saying, I don't know. I haven't seen them play together, but reading the bios of these players who are signing, it's like this is a pretty solid team that's coming together. And I think, I don't know if this is probably not fully intentional because they're independent things, but the benefit to the CSUMB women's program of having this team that close, because like I said, before the season started or before the school semester started, I was at the Brass Tap and I, met this family.
Yep. And I remember you talking about this. Yep.
They're saying, yeah, we're here. Their daughter was going to school in like Nashville or something, but they didn't like the program and the direction of the soccer program at Nashville. So they did their research and they came across CSUMB and they're like, not only is it closer because we're from Sacramento, but this program, like we like how this coach is putting together this program.
Yep.
And we hear good things of it. So we took our daughter out of that Nashville school and put her here at
CSUMB playing for Coach Laura.
Or she was just sitting there all.
She said nothing.
The parents were
Mom
so
and Dad
proud.
had everything.
They were so proud. But also again, on top of whatever, this coach obviously has a good reputation.
Yep.
But now she can go to her potential recruits and say, hey, guess what? If you come play at CSUMB in the off season, that camera just went wild. In the off season, you could keep playing at a high level with through the Sirens, and eventually, and I know they haven't announced this publicly, but I know the front office, because this is still the Sirens are an amateur team.
They are.
MBFC.
It's like MBFC 2, guys. This is like USL 2 level.
Yeah.
So
where MBFC is fully professional players, they're all signed to professional contracts. This is it's a high level pre-professional, but I know the mentality in the front office is this is going to be a professional team at one point,
right?
Fully professional.
Get into the USL Super League.
Yeah, exactly. I know that
that's a plan.
Somebody in there has those ambitions.
The Super League president came and visited Cardinelli Stadium and was impressed by the facility. So I know that we're at least on their radar.
And again, because there is obviously critiques. I know the porta potties are a big one, but I whenever I talk to people, and again, the people are probably trying to be nice to me anyway, but when you talk to them, when people actually go to the matches, they are so impressed with the stadium and how it doesn't matter where their seats are. They
They're
can
great
sit there
seats.
and have a good view, and everything is close enough. And I know us that go there all the time, sometimes it's like, why do we have to keep using porta potties? But I've literally not heard anybody else. Everyone just says, what a beautiful stadium. It was so nice.
Come on, folks. If you're sitting in the supporters section or anywhere across the north side, you cannot beat a Cardinale Stadium sunset. I'm sorry.
It's those
Good Lord.
things. Yeah, it's super, super nice.
Go up to the top of the E section and take a picture over the net behind the goal and just get yourself ready for that sunset. It's just something else. So anyway, season tickets for the Sirens, $42 each. That's 4 games. We're talking $10 each game. I think there's at least one potential doubleheader with the men. I think the ladies kick off at 3 and the guys kick off at 7 and gates open at 5. So I mean you're milling around there anyway. So come see that match. That's gonna be fun stuff. But yeah, really excited. Really and Oz, I've been talking to the communications folks and I'm trying to line up if a group of otters is called a raft, if a group of geese is a gaggle, what is a group of sirens? There's your homework lesson. We need to add the soul game. Ooh, that's true. Yeah. We play the soul. There's a 5th game, but is it, Jen? Is that the potential doubleheader? The tickets for the season go up again and are well over 300. No more porta potties. Well, we gotta.
All right. I don't want it. I would keep the porta potties. Don't raise the prices. Keep the porta potties.
Colin says a group of sirens is called daughters. He's just joking. Just kidding. No, I want to know what is a group of sirens. I mean, anyway, so I'm talking because we use StreamYard now as our a casting platform. You've seen it. We can give a link to participants and we can have up to 10 people on screen at the same time at like a Zoom call, or a Microsoft Teams thing. It's got it. Okay. It's the one that's not included in the season ticket. The Oakland Soul game.
The double header.
That must be the double header. So, okay. Game not included in the season tickets is the 3-pack game. Okay, the 3 p.m. game, right? Oakland Soul is the doubleheader, says
A
James.
choir?
Thanks.
Is it really a choir? I could see it being called a choir.
A choir? Yeah, I mean,
it seems
that's
real.
the whole thing. Is sirens? A siren's call is designed to lead sailors to the rocks, and scuttle the ship on the rocks. So a choir would,
and then they take their booty.
We're not. No, just stop. Anyway, so what we're talking about is the potential to have up to 9 of the sirens on the show, and we could start introducing them. That would be great, because we've only got a couple of weeks before that season starts. I think May 2nd or May 9th? May 9th. Rick says a group of sirens is a maelstrom. Ooh, according to Alexa. And then Brett Fraser is saying a choir.
Hey,
so
cite your sources, people. Cite your sources.
Well, Rick says per Alexa. So per the GOOGLE. No, it's the other one. AMAZON AI device.
I've tried. I said,
or a
Alexa,
lure.
I have these ingredients. Can you find me a recipe with those ingredients? And it was like, no dice. I can't do that for you. And that drives me crazy because I can ask my phone to do that. Say, I got celery, I got chicken, and I got whatever. What can I make? And they're like, oh, check this out.
You can make red beans and rice, but I don't have red beans or rice. But you can make it.
You could literally take a picture of your fridge
And
and send it to Gemini, and it'll scan it.
Didn't Samsung do that with a fridge too, where you could?
I'm sure
you could tap the screen and you could actually start smart ordering, like from like Instacart or something, of stuff that you need that they can see inside the fridge. I don't know.
That was a big plot point.
So Jen says, and you know that Jen knows because Jen told us everything we needed to know about sharks. Jen says it is a choir, according to Google. So maelstrom or a lure or a choir, I'll take any of them. The idea here is, apologies, May 30th is the double header. Thanks, James. So May 30th is the Oakland Soul, Oakland Roots game. So let's see. All right. So Brett says per Google AI, it's a choir, a pod, a clan, or a lure.
Or numbers. This one
I like maelstrom. Maelstrom just sounds.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Sounds destructive, which is, sirens are meant to call ships to the rocks and scuttle them. So
and then get that booty.
Scuttle. Asana, if you're still watching, Scuttle. That was the name of the seagull in The Little Mermaid. We were talking about that earlier while we were driving around. We have, again, one of our Japanese exchange students, if you've known us for a while, Mama T runs exchange is the wrong word. It's a homestay program during the summer where a group of kids from Kobe Seijo High School in Kobe, Japan, come over and they spend 2 weeks.
Choir of kids.
2 weeks that they spend 2 weeks at Santa Catalina learning English and cultural stuff and everything. And of course, we've got host families that we're always looking for them as well. It's an albatross. Scuttle is an albatross, not a seagull. Okay. All right. I stand corrected. We were just trying to talk about birds and there was a gaggle of seagulls flying overhead, and Asana was just impressed. Well, Asana was one of Asana was the third group of kids that we hosted, and Asana's back to visit. When she was first here with the program, she was 16, and now she's 24, and she's back for the second time to visit with us. So we were driving around looking at beach houses over there on Del Monte Beach, over from Casa Verde.
Okay, yeah.
So up and over the hill.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that, and then we drove out onto General Jim Moore, and then went on Mescal Heights up at the very top of Seaside, and you could see when we drove by Embassy Suites. She was like, "That is a tall building." I said, "That's the tallest building in Monterey, number of floors wise. If you want elevation, you have to go to Marriott downtown because it's sitting up higher on the hill." But I'm just sitting there going, we're way up at the top of Seaside, and I pointed out where the Embassy Suites was, and she was like, "Oh, we are really high." I was like, "Yeah, we are." There you go.
Yeah, like also, when you go up to like Jack's Peak or something, you could see down there.
Jen says she was only half listening because she's watching LAFC beat Cruz Azul.
Yeah, that was on at Alvarado.
Is Emi Ochoa in goal for Cruz Azul?
Oh, that's a great question.
Up against Sun?
I could barely see it. That's a great question. It was up at the mezzanine.
All right, they'll play Rigo Tovar as a walking anthem song. La Señorita.
La Sirenita.
La Señorita. Sirenita. Sirenita. I don't want to butcher that. Who's that team we call the Sirens? Hey, Rick, you're onto something there. And they wear the Crispin kelp. So there you go. No Ochoa. Okay, got it. All right. I think we are 15 minutes over on YouTube. Oh, Sonny got a goal. There you go. And we're 10 minutes over on Spotify. So do we have anything? Reminders, you guys throwing a watch party at XL on Saturday?
Yeah, I haven't reached out to Oscar.
Kickoff is at 4 p.m. That's why I ask. Because it's in
oh, really?
It's in Indianapolis.
I saw 7.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
It's at 4.
Okay, I'll have to talk with Oscar.
So we will be hosting over at the Brass Tap as normal. Also, this weekend is the return of
the Mac.
No.
Return of the Mac.
No, return of PL Mornings. Come see us at 7 a.m. over at Brass Tap in Marina. I think I know Everton versus Burnley and Brighton versus Bournemouth or something like that. 7 a.m. Did I say 7 p.m.?
I think you said 7
I meant 7 a.m.
Yeah.
7 a.m. on Saturday. All I know is that Liverpool plays at 9:30. So your game is on Sunday. My game is on Sunday. I think yours is at 8:30 a.m. Mine's at 6 a.m. So
we get the
But-
nice schedule.
but come over and see us at 7 a.m. over at Brass Tap. Join us for Premier League mornings with us. We have a great time, some great food, some great stuff. And then we'll go away. We'll take a nap and we'll come back and we'll be back at 3 o'clock for the hour before kickoff of the Monterey Bay away game against Indianapolis, against Indy 11. And come join us for the Monterey Bay away watch party at the Brass Tap. Again, kickoff is at 4 p.m. Come on in and join us. And then I think we'll be done before the nighttime activities for Brass Tap on a Saturday start. So
yeah, that's the cool thing about that.
Yep.
Because sometimes, again, Saturdays are a busy night for restaurants, and you want them
Right.
You want to make their money. We're trying to help our people out.
Indeed. So thanks everybody for tuning in. I've been keeping up with Instagram. I've been keeping up with the comments on YouTube. So thank you very much. Oh, we are the maelstrom, says Angel. A flock of seagulls. They ran so far away. Thanks, James.
Dang, USA versus Japan. That's a good one.
USA versus Japan at PayPal is also Saturday. Women's soccer. I have a feeling that kickoff is at like 7 p.m. I think the Quakes are away. That's why. And I think BFC is up. Wrexham just got slapped around today by Southampton.
Dang, it was tough. Southampton's feeling themselves.
Well, they didn't last time they did a raffle. Well, yeah, we got to have something to raffle off, Colin. That's the big thing. In order to have a raffle, you got to raffle off. I think Carl and Cassandra might raffle off the pair of tickets that they have for the 25th game. I have to talk to their social media guy and find out. So, okay, I think that's it for us. Oz, anything for us? Anything more?
Southampton beat Arsenal.
That's true. Yep. That's right, Colin. You did win them. Oh, is that how you guys were in the front in the front row this last game? Okay, now I get it. All right. I think that's it. So
yeah.
I'm gonna
We'll
say
be back next week for sure.
I'm gonna say good night, Oz.
Yeah, good night, Oz.
Thanks, guys. See ya.